Hi everyone, I hope you're all well. Unfortunately, I've managed to pick up a bit of a cold from somewhere, so you have to excuse the slightly gravelly voiceover on this video, but don't worry, we're all good. So today we've got a double header basketball. We've got Blazers on the Saturday it was, and then Riders on the Sunday, so it's a night out. But first we're going to start off with today's vehicle, which is one of our Irizar i6s. This is YS22JGY. And as you're about to find out, things don't always start quite how you want them to. So I've done my walk around check on this vehicle, all good, all nothing particularly problematic, and then we go to pull away, and I often have my hazard warning lights on when I'm in the depot, obviously just help with vehicles moving around. So as I go here, switch the hazard lights off, and they don't switch off. On, off, try again. Not working. No, something's definitely wrong. So we stop, try and work out what's going wrong here. Why the indicator, lights are still going on even though the switch is off, and I'm trying a few things round and round. Can't work it out, and then so it's back to engineers and managers helping. Well, after lots of head scratching and trying various things between a few of us, we did finally work it out, and I'll let you know later on in the video what the problem was. Being as it's the Derby Trailblazers, it's our usual pickup at the Blue Jay, and so we're just here, just leaving the Blue Jay. I wasn't able to go into the car park because it was a little bit busy, which means it's now a bit of a bum turnaround, 3-point turn here. As you can see, so the pub is on the left, there's a hotel on the right when you come in, and then there's this Mackey's at the end, and there's just nowhere to turn around really whatsoever if you can't get in the car park. So I have done this turn a couple of times, so not my first time, but unfortunately there was a car parked. This is the back entrance to the pub. There was a car parked sort of partly down this, it's not even a road, it's like an entranceway, and of course, the person parking there, I assume, is something to do with the pub. There are lads parked there. They obviously don't know the coach is going to be trying to turn around in this space, so it's a bit of a tight turn to do the turn here, but it is possible, as you can see. Keep an eye on your mirrors, keep an eye on your front corner on that low fence as well. A little shunt here is necessary, but anyway, so we get out, and then it's just the jump forward to arrival at Cherwell Valley Services, which is our stop point, and then it's on to Uxbridge College in London, which was the location for the game. So this is just the last little bit of the run into the college. The college is not the best location from a coach driver's point of view. There's no space to right on the left here to turn in, and even if you could turn in, there's nowhere to park. It's all a bit tight. There's fences and barriers, and I did hear that in a previous iteration a driver did catch a mirror inside there, so I wouldn't go in anyway. And this is just a picture of the coach there, sitting there parked on the side road. And we pick up here with just the last little bit of the run into the Blue Jay at the end of the night to drop everyone off.
Well, what a day. It just shows sometimes that not everything goes right all the time, and sometimes you're a bit late and stuff. So let's unpack what happened. So I usually get into the depot relatively early, just so I've got time to do my walk around check, that kind of stuff, without having to rush. And that was all perfectly fine. Did all that, all good, signed all that off. Got time to go. Went to pull out the depot, and my hazard lights were on. You have to excuse me, I'm trying to talk down a little bit because I'm in the hotel, as you can see. It's about 1:30 in the morning. So anyway, hazard lights were on. So of course I just assume it's the hazard light switch. Standard, has orange hazard light switch on the dash. Flick that. No, not that. Oh, that's interesting. What else is it then? Tried a few things, couldn't work out what it was. So I had to go in and get some help, and ended up with managers and engineers and loads of just a few other drivers, all scratching their heads trying to work out what on earth it was that was causing the hazard lights to be on, even though the hazard light switch wasn't. And eventually, after trying a few things, we managed to pin it down to something to do with the wheelchair lift. Now, on most coaches, if the wheelchair lift ramp bit is actually not fully home, the vehicle doesn't move at all. Just won't move at all. Whereas this would move, it would drive. Just had the hazards flashing, which is a bit weird, really. But anyway, so we tried the ramp in and out a couple of times, tried that, and eventually it sorted itself out, basically. So I was able to then get underway. But of course, by the time that had all happened, I was then late getting to the pickup in Derby, which I hate doing, but nothing you can do about it sometimes. So because I was late there, we were late leaving, which means that when we got to our break time, just to stop and get some food and whatever for the guys, we didn't have very long, so we had to rush that break then as well. No time to record a video, and we just about got to the venue about an hour or so before the game, which is almost like the latest time the guys really want to get there. So very tight, but we got there okay. And it turns out after all that the game before ours had overrun, and they were still playing when we got there. We were all hanging around, and we eventually, our game tipped an hour late. So just shows you sometimes what can happen. And we didn't need to rush quite so much, but of course we didn't know that. So that's what happened. And then we had our game. Of course, that then finished late, of course, because we started late, which means we left late. And because the team we were playing didn't provide any food for the players, we had to stop on the way back just at our services to get the guys something to eat. So that added a little bit more time on. And I mean, there was no traffic. It was an easy run back. So we were in Uxbridge in London. Anyway, so we got back, dropped the guys off, and I've come now straight down to my overnight here on the north side of Leicester, ready for my journey tomorrow. And I've pretty much now got, let's say it's about 1:30 now. I've got not much more than my minimum statutory 9 hours overnight rest. So I'm about to hit the hay in this here bed, and we'll catch up again in the morning. So what a day. It's when it happens sometimes is a bit like this, and there's nothing you can do about it. So take the rough with the smooth, I guess. But all right, catch up in the morning.
Good morning, everyone. Hope you are all well. So it's the next day, obviously. You can see the coach behind me is parked outside the hotel, and that was the hotel there that I stayed in. Had some breakfast, out to the coach now to do my walk around check and all the bits of the morning, and then we'll go pick up the riders and we're off down to Bristol. So checking soon. And again, just the last little bit of the arrival into Bristol. This is the SGS Arena Wise Campus, I think, somewhere along those lines, for Bristol University, I think this is. I could check, but it's close enough. I've been here a number of times. I know where I'm going, just can't quite remember the name anyway. So it's a little bit of a tight car park here, but we kind of squeak our way around, and then we stop in the bay at the front, and that's where we're allowed to park. just a shot of the coach parked up there. And even professionals have an occasional forgetful moment, so I found Jalen's shoes on the coach when I had a little swoop through, so I had to go take them into him. And we pick up again with just leaving here the arena at the end of the night on our way back up to Leicester. So obviously we made it back up to Leicester no problem, and so I thought I'd just do a little bit of video of me coming back into the yard here. So we've dropped everyone off, driven back to the depot in Nottingham, and this is what it's like for us when we get in, especially at night. So it's pulling through the gates here, as you can see, past all the coaches kind of parked up and whatever's going on in the yard. And if there's a space on the fuel bay, which there is here, we can just pull straight down and onto the fuel bay. So that's what I'm going to do here. And then I've got a couple of shots of just the first little bits of sorting the coach out. The first thing is to drop the toilet, which we do over this special toilet grate. Then it's fuel. Then it's AdBlue. And then it's wash and clean after that. Well guys, the gate closes behind me, as you can see, into the yard. And that signals that my day is also finished. We've done the 2 days. Coach is all sorted, washed, clean, sorted, all ready to go, and we're off home. So thanks again for watching this video, gang. Please like and subscribe, and most of all leave a comment on the on this video, and then the YouTube algorithm likes it. But thanks again, see you again in the next one.